What's up, guys? You're listening to the Breeze podcast where your word of mouth is our oxygen. My name
Yo,
is
yo,
Vic.
yo, yo, yo. Give me some energy, bro. Give me some energy.
It's coming. It's
Let's,
coming.
let's run that again. Let's run it again. Do it again. Do it again.
What's up, guys? My name is Victor White, and I'm one of your co-hosts.
I'm John McCullen here. What's good, fam? We're out here. We're ready. Full of energy. Let's get it, G. Let's get it, bro.
Breeze! Breeze!
Breeze.
Johnny boy, so tell me about your week. What's been
Bro,
on?
my week. This week, I just been in the routine, you know what I mean? Not much
Yeah.
dynamic stuff like you on your end, because you know you're out here doing the big stuff. But I
Yeah.
just been out here working, man, just waking up, writing songs,
Nice.
working on the product that I told you about,
Nice.
having a bunch of meetings, and I can't talk about it much yet, but when I can talk about it, this will be one of the first places.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
But yeah, that's been it, bro. That's been it. You know what I mean? Just trying to enjoy life, just trying to work hard and do that stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay. Can I
What
ask
about
you a
you, bro?
question before we
What's
go
up?
into me? I realized that poo beer, it's really similar to poop beer. So what's
That's
the
fair.
story behind his name, bro?
Bro, that's a long story. You get into that another time still.
Okay.
That's a
But
long
it's
story.
not poop beer.
Nah, it's just Pooh Bear, man.
Okay, Pooh
Shout,
Bear.
shout out
Okay.
to Pooh Bear, man.
Shout out to Pooh Bear. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not get into
You need
it.
some coffee, bro.
I know. So yeah, I mean I've handed in my first two university assignments, had lectures full speed, or actually it feels like it's more than full speed because the first semester I think they just push us an insane amount of workload on the pupils so that the people that usually I don't know if it's 5, 10, 15% that drops out, but it's usually somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So
Did they
yeah.
tell you that like when you guys first started?
Yeah, and they're also like, okay, so I don't know, 60 people is gonna fail the first exam. So
I hate when you do that.
nice, amazing. But other than that, I mean, we had the how-to banquet.
Okay.
Did you have banquets in Ivy?
Undergrad did.
Okay, but you master students didn't.
Nah. Yo,
Okay.
I actually was going to tell you, my brother hit me up.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, B, he sent your story, which was like in like a party room. He was like, yo, B, you better go Corona in Sweden. What bit to do in B? I was like, yeah.
John, that's the other thing. People listen to this podcast, bro. So yes, we do respect everything with Corona, bro.
I'm just telling you I'm just telling you what happened behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Like I just open my messages and I see like I was like,
No,
I don't know
but
what to tell you, bro.
okay, let's imagine that we have a
but
friend who
but
attends
okay.
this specific school, and then this specific president of a student association gets this email from, I don't know if it's the school board or whatever, speaking about this specific new pupil that's just started the school and what he's doing. And then this specific pupil gets a message from the president of the student association saying that
Yo.
they have their eyes on you. So
Jeez, that specific student gotta like fix up, bro.
So John, so please just dial it back,
All
because
right,
I
say a
do
word, say a
not
word,
want
say
any
a word, say a
troubles
word.
here. We do not want, because
I didn't know
we
the
have the keys to the kingdom, but they could also shut really quickly, I feel like.
bro. I didn't know. I thought you were just out here doing your thing. You know what I mean? So I
No.
mean, I thought the pupil was out here.
Yeah, well, to be honest
I
though,
thought it was
like,
all good. I thought like for that person, it was like, yo,
yeah.
I just like this the level of what I know was happening in that part of the world.
Yeah.
It's like it was cool. Like I was like,
Yeah, well, to be honest, if I speak about my case, because there's been some media attention about other schools. Obviously, my school, the Stockholm School of Economics, they're doing a fantastic jobs adhering to the rules and regulations,
Yeah,
and they're actually really strict to the point where it's actually a bit frustrating. Because I don't know, as a new student, you just want to meet your fellow
yeah,
classmates and that stuff, and you don't want to be divided up in groups. But yeah, there's been some stuff in the media about these other schools. So
word.
I think if there is any points of worry or whatever, I think that's the angle of attack.
I
um
got you.
but I do possess the most exclusive bow tie in the world, bro.
I see that, bro. Shout out to Jennifer Bloom. You know,
That's kind
shout
of
out.
crazy.
That's fire. That's fire. That's like
It is fire, and it's actually, yeah, well, it compensated because I realized my fancy shoes are in Barbados, so I had to.
your
so, I,
sneakers.
so, so, so I just went there casually and also I didn't know that
What type
cocktail
of
meant
sneakers
like,
were there, bro?
well, brown leather, not leather, K Swiss, you
Okay,
know.
okay, okay. Fair.
But yeah, and I also didn't know that cocktail was dark blue, blackish suit. So I went in the light gray striped suit.
Yo, you know what's crazy, bro?
What?
That is hilarious. So my first day of Ivy, they were like, you have to wear business formal,
Yeah.
and so they send out this thing. They send out like they're like, yo, either dark gray, not like dark suit, dark blue, black.
Mm-hmm.
Wear this suit. I was like, nah, B, I'm gonna wear a gray suit, fam. So I
Mm-hmm.
pulled up. I was the only man in the gray suit. Everyone else out here in the dark. I was like, I take all the pictures. You just see John, the like one of
Yeah.
two like black managers out here like in the gray suit. like,
But I think I
I was
think
like,
I think so I was lucky. I had the bow tie that carried me,
yeah, bro.
L-
I give
l-
you some points.
but what I do have to say is at least you're making an impression.
you have to.
People will remember you, and
Facts.
in my world that's always positive. And in this case too, this was a how to attend. So, but I did learn codes of conduct and stuff like that. But
Nice.
what I was gonna say, this school is really special, bro, because there's there's like a little secrecy surrounding it, I would say. Thank you, babe.
I feel you.
Oh wow, thank you. um
As they're
there's
getting served.
Yeah, I'm getting served here. There's some secrecy surrounding it in terms of like, yeah, I don't know what the purpose of it is. Because in my world, if you're because essentially the school has had this rumor in Sweden of being an elite school. So naturally, and the media has been on the school because of this.
Yeah.
And it is a private institution, the only higher private education in Sweden. But then I look at like other private institutions, like there are elite schools like Harvard,
Mm-hmm.
Stanford, these schools, and I don't feel like they strive as hard to keep this reputation, as well as the secrecy surrounding everything and attending the school, because that's
Yeah.
where I've run into some problems with my blog and stuff, since I'm
I was about to ask. I was
really
about to ask.
transparent. um and then, like, so now like, I think, like, as an example, at the banquet, like, we can take pictures and film and stuff. So I think it's a positive thing, because then people really socialize and stuff like that. Obviously
Yeah.
there are some people that do it anyways, and but they do have photographers there that take pictures. They still haven't been published. I don't know what they're doing, but yeah. So I just feel like in today's environment, where, like, there's no point of having that secrecy when everything you enter on the internet is essentially
So
public
what's the
information.
secret? What exactly is secret? Is like every single thing that happens at the school?
No, I
Like
would say, like, so so there's a code of conduct at the banquets. I don't see like that being specific to the school. Like with my vlog, where I, when we run in, like that was a secret thing, but as you said, like the bachelor students at Ivy do the same thing. They do it all over the world, so it's not special. I think it's deeply rooted in tradition, to be honest
Mm,
with you, John. I think a lot of it dates back to like the mentality of not wanting to be too much in the public eye,
mm,
you know. But once again, like, we live in 2020, so I think you have to be smart with how you deal with those things. And
bro.
I would say the school is lucky having me as the first vlogger, quote unquote, because I am extremely media trained and been in the public eye since I was a kid, and I'm not like a particular risk compared
Yeah,
to if there's because I'm sure our next generation politicians will get their start on like having a big following on social media,
true.
and
Next
that can
next
be
generation.
yes, exactly, or this generation, whatever. But that can be a conflict of interest, since the school has codes of conduct that you have to
Yeah,
adhere
I tell
to.
you this, like, um, universities have like the oldest traditions, bro. Like,
Yeah,
literally the oldest standing to this day traditions. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like when you graduate and stuff, like you see some stuff that you're like, this is definitely from like the 1920s or something, bro. Like,
yeah.
there's no way you should be doing this today. You know what I mean? Like, you
Mm-hmm.
see, that's why I still have these names like the chancellor and like all these different position that they're given is just like from tradition, you know what I mean? And then
Yeah,
when you're leaving school and you graduate, you see exactly what they're is like the craziest thing ever. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
But
Did
I'll just say like just be careful. Like
Did, yeah, yeah, yeah. Obviously, I don't want to trip up anyone's toes or anything, and I want to contribute to the school in a positive way, because I'm extremely proud of being part of, like, SSE and the coming heritage of SSE. And like, I plan on making it a generational thing where I'm gonna want my kids to go there, and donations to the school and whatnot.
yeah,
Like, I think it's from what I've seen this far, the welcoming, everything with it has just been, amazing. As well as like big ups to the teachers as well, because the teachers are really passionate, and to be in a place where you're getting taught by people who are passionate about teaching, and
yeah.
they're also like, really good and amongst the best in their field is super special. And I don't know if it's because I have a passion for it and all these things, but it's just like,
Yo, so I had something to say, but I forgot my.
hmm
It was super important. It was
But
like
but
very
John,
important question.
when you arrived to Ivy, like, did you encounter any of these things that I'm talking to now, or would you say it's more of a
I'd say that
open vibe?
they're more open, but
Yeah.
there's always their secrets. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
as with any university. I actually had a question for you in terms of, since like you are open with like your vlog and you're just transparent individual. Like, do you think that they're open to have a conversation with respect? So like like where the line is. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
No, no, no. So obviously, like, I've already had the conversation, been at meetings and stuff. So that, but then I also think that it's kind, I think once, if I were to cross the line, then I would cross the line, and I don't think like
but you know where it is. So like I feel like the
yeah,
important thing is knowing where that line is. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
you
because
cross it, it's
you're
like
also, yeah.
if you do cross it, it's like okay, I know I cross it. It's not
Yeah,
like a surprise.
yeah, because at the same time, I don't want to shoot myself in the foot either. Um, I want to be an asset to the school, and I want the school to be an asset to me. I'm
100%.
at good terms with the principal. And he's been talking to other people about me, etc., which is
That's it.
sick.
That's it.
And in terms of like the vlog spreading and all these things, it's so my presence is, I would say, it's really there.
That's good.
But yeah, you just have to be smart with it, you know. I'm fine. It's, you know, I plan on doing this, and I plan on, you know, doing the whole vlog thing, whatnot, where when I run large corporations or whatever it might
Yeah.
hold for me in the future. So you're not going to be able to share everything, you know. That's just a natural part of it, you know. And I hope that the people watching whatever I do and all these things understand that, you know. But I do think so okay, let's take criticism as an example,
Hmm.
you know. How do one critique the school? As if, let's say I'm in a course and there's a really bad teacher or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so naturally I wouldn't take to social media and critique it in a public space
Take that internal
before
first.
before I take it to the school and the relevant organ within, you know, there, and you deal with it, you know.
100%.
So but then again, like on my vlog that I published, yeah, if you're listening to this on Monday, that I published yesterday, I talk about the fact that we didn't get any like any information about the cost of all these events and stuff
Hmm.
when you start university, you know.
Does it
All the
cost?
Yeah, bro, you have to buy tickets to, like, the banquet. It's like what is it, the $50 ticket, like if we're talking US dollars, you know. So it's not expensive, and the school is paying for the majority
Yeah,
of
they
the
subsidize it.
ticket. Yeah. But then, like, you know, the intro pub that we had, that was a ticket, and then you buy alcohol, and then, like,
Yeah.
course literature, which is a given, but then, you know, these events that surrounds it. So for someone like I'm lucky, you know, I have the means to be able to pay for it. But for someone who might come from, you know, a lower socioeconomic whatever is what's
Yeah,
it
we know what
called?
you mean. We know what you mean.
Yeah, yeah, that thing. No, but it might be like actually really really difficult. So then it would have been nice, like in the 100-page deck or whatever that we got, it
Yeah.
would have been nice for them to be like, okay, there's events. The
Just
events
more
cost this much.
transparency on the whole, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
I feel it. Like for me, like we had a bunch of events and stuff, but we paid a one fee for like the student association.
Yeah.
So like that fee like covered all our events because like the
Oh
school
wow.
covered it, and then like part of yeah. So we didn't really have to pay unless it was not inside the scope of like what was already planned. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
because
You guys have
I
a student body.
yeah, we have a student body. And I think that's a way better solution to do it like that, because then it's like, now it's all these small things here and there, you know.
Yeah,
And
true.
I've talked to a lot of friends in my class who were like, it'd be nicer to just know, like, you're gonna have to pay like $300 or $400 for the first 2 introduction weeks to be able to go to whatnot,
No,
you know.
facts.
But yeah,
Yo, I think it's super interesting, man. Just hearing about like
yeah,
listening about your school and stuff,
yeah,
man. It's super
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Um, y'all got any secret societies?
Um, I don't know if they're secret, but they have they have these a various amount of student bodies. Some are more public than others.
Oh, yeah. Nah, I feel that's super interesting.
Does Ivy have any
Nah,
secret?
I don't know. Well, if it was a secret, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I never, I never heard.
Yeah.
It's not like famous like the ones at like Harvard or like
Mhm.
Stanford and stuff. But
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't know.
Mm.
I just thought it was interesting. Like just seeing that you already have secrecy happening. So I just figured like another layer of
Yeah.
like secrecy would if you had like that like
Yeah. Yeah.
secret
No.
society
No. No. No.
happening.
Yeah. It's Well, bro. Like bro. I'm definitely getting like a insane inside look into, you know, a different uh I don't even know what to call it. Like, yeah, it's and which I'm enjoying, and but you know how it is, like, you know, in Barbados, you know, you have rich and poor, and it's very present, you
Oh
know.
yeah, oh yeah,
In a
100%.
place like this, it's not as present, and you also meet people who haven't seen that the same way. It
Yeah,
might not be as grounded and as aware of that, so yeah.
I feel you, man. Like,
But bro, chopped up, let's move on.
chopped up, man. What's going in chopped up this week?
I haven't even had time to read the book, bro.
I read it. I read it this entire week, but I don't like. I don't think anything stood out to me. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
Um, yeah, man. I like
Let's
coronavirus vaccine supposed to just got approved. What it might come out. They say it might come out in October, which is like they
yeah,
fast tracked it. So what
yeah.
happened is these companies are all like when you're doing the vaccine, like testing it, you're supposed to have like a phase 1, phase 2, phase 3,
Yes, yes,
like that. So these
yes.
companies are doing all these phases like simultaneously. Don't ask me how, but no, they're doing it simultaneously to speed up
Oh,
to get it cleared.
yeah.
So now they're saying it's going to come out in October when like any normal vaccine would come out like 2021. You know what
Okay, wow.
I mean?
Would you take the
That's just
vaccine?
crazy. No, I would not take it. I
I
wouldn't
would
take. I
not
wouldn't.
take it
I would
either,
not
bro.
take it.
Like what?
Yeah, I won't be taking
Why
that.
would you take that?
I
Why?
would not be taking that. Like, and the states obviously, like they're going through it still. Like they like this weekend is Labor Day, right? In the
Yeah.
states and here too. And like they're supposed to have like another surge, especially like in California, which is like
Mhm.
which has it the worst. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So they're saying they're trying to push that vaccine out by October, starting
Mhm.
with starting with the healthcare workers, then the elderly people, most at-risk people,
Mhm.
then general public.
Interesting.
But I'm gonna not take that there, dog. Like I'm gonna take the 2021 update. You know what I
I'm
mean?
gonna take the 2023 update. But
Yeah, that's fast.
we had this guy named Tom Britton. He is a well, I'm not sure exactly what he is, but he's been a lot in the Swedish media
Mm.
when this whole corona thing happened, because he's been working on mathematical models in terms of pandemics and stuff, and
Yeah.
like doing research and stuff in terms of that. They scheduled him the day after the banquet, like 8:15 in the morning. So I'm not saying that I fell asleep, but I'm also not saying that I was awake. So I just wanted to bring some light to the fact that like I had a lecture on this, but I
That's crazy.
cannot at this moment provide
That's
any
crazy.
value because, as I said, I was in a state of.
Yeah, that's reasonable, man. Like it happens to the best of us.
It does, it does, it does.
Yeah, it actually happens.
But John,
Yeah.
I'm the love child of BCG Sweden now.
Yo, I was about to answer you. Like,
Yeah.
shout out to I saw you you sent me that pic. I was like, I see this guy, bro. He's out here being strategic.
So let's just now when we're on chopped up, dive a bit into the
Mm.
consulting world, etc. One of my new friends, Pontus, he did an internship after high school with
Mm.
BCG for half a year. And Sweden is actually unique where you can get hired at the consultancy firms after your bachelor's.
Yeah.
Because in the rest of the world, you need like masters and stuff, apparently, to even be considered.
I'd say
Depend.
so. There are different roles, right? So like
Okay.
you notice like there's like to be a consultant, you have to have like at least a master's degree. But
Yeah.
like going out of like, I just wish there was like at least like McKinsey or BCG like in the Caribbean because that's definitely where it would have gone after university.
Yeah.
But basically, so after university, you the only way you're gonna get in is if you do an internship sometime during your 3 to 4 years there,
Mm-hmm.
and then when you do get in, you're an associate, which is like a
Yeah.
level
Yeah.
under consultant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then if you do masters or MBA, then you go straight to consulting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But majority of people like you can get into BCG as an associate out of undergrad.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it seems like it's a lot harder in the rest of the world. So you do 4 years of college or whatever, like
Super
in
hard.
North America,
Yeah.
and the odds of you getting in aren't that big. So you essentially have to, the best way seems like doing a double masters, whereas here in Sweden you can do a 3-year degree and then
Yeah.
get straight in. However, in order to become the consultant, you need your masters or MBA or
Yeah. So
whatever,
like
rising through the ranks there.
I'd say like the easiest way the it's hard to get in, but the easiest way through the hardest route is to get an internship. If you get an
Yeah,
internship, you'll be fine. And then
yeah,
like you said, like to be a consultant, like what most people do, like after they associate, they leave. Like BCG pays for their masters, their MBA,
yeah,
whatever, and they
yeah.
come back and become a consultant, and then they do that. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people, a lot of our listeners are definitely not aware of like what even consulting is, like what, how
Mm-hmm.
to get into it. Because me going into it, like I didn't know nothing. You know what I mean? I didn't know anything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I guess this is it's good
Are
information for the
you
peeps.
titled a AI consultant or AI analyst? Because you have your
I'm a
master
consultant.
now.
Yeah, I'm
Ooh,
associate consultant. Yeah.
bro, so you have a fat salary then.
I
Sitting in your
I mean,
condo,
I
penthouse
mean,
floor, building a
I mean,
studio, giving me an
I
office to
mean,
house tour
I mean,
after last week's episode, guys. I just see these brand new boxes of brand new TV, brand new freaking everything.
I mean, we can talk about that later, B.
Ah, Johnny boy.
We can talk about that later.
Johnny boy.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but what I wanted to say is because I am I've gotten some insight from talking to people in return
Mm-hmm.
in regards to banking and in regards to consultancy, because
Yeah,
that's like where I stand. Like some people say you want to try banking to know that you don't want to be in banking,
I've heard that. Yeah,
essentially. Um, Whereas in consulting, it's like it's a bit more varying work.
yeah.
And
Like
it's
I'll say like the reason to get into consulting is if you want to understand business at like the highest level. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
you
yeah,
get you get to understand every single industry, and you're not like okay,
yeah,
normal people go into the industry, they leave school and they go into a company. That company
yeah,
is in the industry. So I'm just breaking it down for the listeners, right?
yeah, yeah,
So if you go work at cold care manufacturing, if you go work at I don't know Air Canada, you're in the aviation industry. So normal people just go into industry, but as a consultant, you actually don't.
you
You're not
have.
in industry. Your industry is professional services, but you actually work in all the other industries, helping them
And you can
their business.
taste different industries to see
Yeah,
what you
before you
like.
get into like
Exactly, as well as the fact that most people say that they, because the average what's it called, they like length of someone working in consultancy at these firms is like 2 years,
mm-hmm.
and it's essentially like getting a MBA, because you
Yeah,
learn so much. Like my friend Pontus that I was talking to that did the internship at BCG, he was like, I learned more during my 6 months there at the internship thing than all my high school experience, all
yeah.
that
I
stuff.
mean, it only makes sense because you're the person, you're the point person for the C-suite of these companies. You know what I mean? So the
Yeah.
CEOs, CFOs, CIOs, all these people come to this consulting firm with a problem because
Mm-hmm.
either they can't solve it or they just don't have the time to solve it. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, help me. You know what I mean? So you
Mm-hmm.
get called, you're like, okay, I don't know anything about this, but like in 2 days, you have to be like, you have to know everything about this industry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's super interesting if you like solving. If there are two types of people, you know what I mean. There are people
Mm-hmm.
who love to solve problems, who love to just learn new stuff every single day, and then there's people who just want to work and make a salary. If you're the first, then I think consulting is a vibe. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not for your entire life, but like at least like dip your feet in it.
Yeah. Exit opportunities are really good from
Really good.
consultancy too. But yeah, so BCG had this virtual event. I did it. It was fantastic. It was really fun, actually. They said that at the Stockholm office, mostly people are 25 to 35 years old, which is super sick. They seem to be like a tight knit crew.
Mm.
And then they had this section where they've invited this Swedish, I'd say D or F celebrity, uh, comedian, and but he was doing his thing in Swedish. So my boy Aiden was in the thing, and our boy Aiden,
Shout out to Aiden.
and so I took it upon myself to translate some context for all the internationals in there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why BCG posted, because Aiden sent me a screenshot, like, my boy translating for the internationals. I post that on my Instagram, tag BCG, and then they asked me if they can post it. I say yes, I would love to make a vlog with you guys. And they're like, okay, contact this person.
That's
Boom.
cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
And
Easy.
it's also hilarious because they're like, unlike some of our competitors who just care about winning, i.e. McKinsey.
Yo, I would say this, right? So from all like everything I've heard about BCG, like I've
Yeah,
spoken to hella people in BCG. You know what
yeah,
I mean? I've
yeah,
spoken to hella people in McKinsey.
yeah,
And like the only thing about BCG that they're like they always talk about McKinsey. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like McKinsey doesn't care about anyone else because like McKinsey knows they're number one. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
BCG is always like shit talking McKinsey. They're always like, yeah, we're better than McKinsey. Like McKinsey's like, nah, we're just out here. You know what I mean? We're working with the royal family. Like it's cool. You know what I mean? Like we don't really care. That's the only thing. And BCG's like, nah, we're better than McKinsey. But shout out to BCG still. You know what I mean?
yeah. Shout out to BCG. Yeah,
Yo,
John.
let's
Yeah,
get it.
yes.
Breeze pick of the week. Do you have one?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I do.
What is it?
Did
Are
you
you good?
guys hear that?
Yeah, I heard that. What is it?
I I hope it was the thunder and not like this house or something. On
Yeah,
like the 12th floor.
it sounded like someone like was like moving like a big rock.
It's raining out. Okay, yeah. So Breeze, I'm scared now. Breeze pick of the week this week is okay. Puffy, take it away.
Hey yo, what's going on? This is DJ Puffy, Red Bull 3-Star World Champion, and this is the Breeze Pick of the Week. Check it out, yo.
Yeah, Lord have mercy, this can't get no worse. If we call it a curse, so me heart it a hurt me. Call it thirsty.
So you just heard Koffee with Pressure.
That's sick. Because I was actually gonna give you a coffee song if you didn't have one. Be
Yeah. And the reason why I listen to that one in the morning because I'm under a lot of pressure right now. So it gives me strength and also some vibes from back
Those
home.
vibes.
Well,
Shout out to
technically
Koffee, man.
Jamaica, but still.
Yo, one
Ish.
Caribbean still, you know what I mean?
Yeah, one Caribbean. Or the other one, the quarantine song. That one is
The
really
lockdown.
good too.
That was
Lockdown.
actually gonna be my court. That was gonna be my.
That was the one that I was gonna say, but then I forgot the name. So
I listen to that every morning.
yeah,
Every morning.
amazing.
That sounds a vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow, guys, thanks for tuning in to the
We
Breeze
appreciate you
podcast.
guys. We appreciate you guys for real.
Yes.
We're outside.
And yeah.
We out.
Peace.
Peace. Yeah.